If the weather is starting to cool down where you live, I have the perfect recipe for you today, and that's chili. You can't go wrong with a classic beef chili that's the perfect blend of meaty richness, simmered with hearty vegetables and warming spices. It's a one-pot wonder that's a cinch to put together. It uses up some of those pantry staples that I'm sure you've stocked up on, and it's perfect for meal prep. So even if you're just 1 or 2 people, don't be afraid to make this entire batch because it freezes beautifully. Now, I've made a lot of chili in my time, and this is the best chili recipe, if I do say so myself. So let me show you how to make it. The amount of chili we're making today serves about 6 people, so you'll need to grab a large pot, like this Le Creuset round Dutch oven, or a large stainless steel pot. The first ingredient we're gonna slice up is 4 pieces of bacon. And I'm a firm believer that bacon makes for the best chili recipe, as the veggies will saute in the bacon grease and get a definite flavor boost. So slice up the bacon and add it to your pot, and I just separate the stacked pieces with my fingers as I drop them in. Heat the pot on medium heat and cook the bacon until it's crispy. Now, because that will take a few minutes, I'll multitask during this step and start cutting up the veggies, but I will keep an eye on the bacon and stir it several times. So first up is 1 green bell pepper. You could use any color bell pepper, though green is always the most economical. I chatted about why this is the case on my video for stuffed bell peppers, so if you're interested, make sure to go back and watch that video. But after you remove the seeds and membrane from the bell pepper, just slice and dice it. Next, you'll need to dice 1 yellow onion. Some people add onion powder to chili, but I think it's absolutely essential to have fresh onion. You just can't match the depth of flavor and the texture that it provides. And then I'll get 3 garlic cloves ready to mince. If you're a garlic lover, you can always toss in an extra clove. It's up to you. Back on the stove, the bacon is cooking, and after a couple more minutes, it will look nice and crispy like this, which is perfect. And the good news is that you don't need to drain any bacon grease because you added the perfect number of bacon slices to produce just the right amount of bacon grease to saute the veggies. So add the diced bell pepper and onion to the pot and cook for about 4 to 5 minutes or until they've started to soften. As moisture is released from the veggies, you'll also be able to scrape up all those delicious brown bacon bits from the bottom of the pan, which is a flavor goldmine. Once the veggies have cooked, mince those 3 garlic cloves and stir for another 30 seconds. For this classic beef chili, you'll need 1.5 pounds of ground beef. You can use 80% or 90% lean ground beef, but if you opt for a higher fat option, you'll have to drain some of the grease off. Use a spatula to break up the ground beef while it cooks, and this should take about 5 to 7 minutes for it to get completely browned. Next, add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, which will help to thicken up the chili, and add the spices, which includes 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of cumin, 2 teaspoons of paprika, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Stir the tomato paste and spices into the meat, and toast the spices for a minute or so, which will make them deliciously fragrant, and your kitchen will smell amazing. All right, so let's talk tomatoes. You'll need 28 ounces of tomatoes, and you can use plain diced tomatoes, but I recommend fire roasted tomatoes because they add that deep smoky flavor with all those little charred bits. So add the tomatoes to the pot and then drain and rinse a 15-ounce can of red kidney beans and a 15-ounce can of black beans. But feel free to swap in different beans like pinto beans as well. Add those to the pot along with 2 cups of beef broth and 1 bay leaf. And the bay leaf is an easy way to just add 1 more layer of flavor to the chili. Give that all a stir, increase the heat to high until the chili comes to a boil, then reduce the heat to medium-low and let it simmer for 30 minutes. All those smoky, spicy, rich flavors will meld together into one big pot of deliciousness. Before serving, don't forget to find your bay leaf and remove that, and then ladle the chili into bowls. But can we just take a second to admire this beautifully thick and chunky texture? And you'll have to take my word for it, but the smell, oh my gosh, the smell is so good, it will definitely get your stomach growling. You can serve the chili up plain. There's certainly enough flavor and it's hearty enough on its own. But if you want to be a little extra, you can add a variety of toppings like grated cheese, sour cream, avocados, red onion, and cilantro or parsley. But before I dig into my bowl, I wanted to remind you that you can meal prep leftovers. I have a separate video on my favorite meal prep storage containers, which includes these glass lock containers. But now there's also super cubes, which are great for freezing 1 cup or 2 cup portions. I always get a lot of questions about what I do with leftovers from my videos, and the answer is that I eat them. Nothing goes to waste. I just freeze them and enjoy over several weeks. And cooking one large batch is always easier than trying to cook a small individual portion. All right, I can finally dig into my bowl of chili, but I can't wait to see you guys make this recipe. Give the video a thumbs up if you do plan to make it, share it with your family and friends, and hit that subscribe button because I've got several new recipes lined up for fall and you don't want to miss them.